Now I start having suspicions of dark magic going on, or uh, somebody's pulling the strings of this or that on somebody else's behavior, or something else is going on. Something else doesn't add up because I believe there was a paranormal element to the whole, like, 6 month long quote unquote feud for just Matt and Max to just switch on a dime to be okay people to just complete jerks for a while and never talk to us didn't make any sense. And then you exhibited similar behavior that you had before at the time when it started, and then you kind of started just avoiding me and then started getting mad at me about stuff. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like you just flipped over like a 180 from being my friend to friend me. I'm like, I did not need that. And I've been wondering about this puzzle of why and how did that all start. And if I want to trace back every text message I have from you, and the general timeline of events that happened, everything went downhill when the Talos trap blew up. Sure, we're all grateful that we're out of that Talos trap never sprung, it never happened, but Matt's mental state exploded. And, like, in the aftermath of it, just all that darkness had to go somewhere. To find someone who would be miserable enough for those evil things to prey upon. And you and your miserable friends would be an excellent candidate for that. Michael Harris, especially, because he totally exhibited the classic characteristic of misery loves company. You kept hanging out with Harry over and over again every weekend, and every time I talk to you, you say you're going to Harry's house. You seem to be fine when I talk to you, even when you're in here in person. And then you go to Harry's house, and you complain about your problems with Harry. Harry complains about your problems. And then when you come back, I talk to you again after the weekend. You're more miserable than when you started. And I gotta figure out why that was. So then I asked you, can you check to see if there's anything unusual over there? And have you experienced anything? And you said yes. You said in the message that apparently there were some dark spirits that you had encountered. There was some shadow moved over here, or a lot of negativity there, and some other weird stuff had been going on. Some of it was specifically concentrated in Harry's room. So that was like, aha, there's some dark paranormal activity going on in this house. That's a red flag for big trouble later on. And then you kept hanging out with him, and the more you hung out with Harry, I saw you get worse and worse. You went from starting to make progress to just going way downhill. So you just went from, you were starting to build yourself back up, and then you started just breaking yourself down. And I couldn't stand you I just didn't get it. You kept saying you were trying to get away from your problems at home, but the more you left your home to go to Harry's house, the more it seemed like you swapped your problems for his problems. So it's like, you didn't resolve your problems by running away from your problems. You swapped homes with problems. So, in a sense, you actually made it worse because then your problems became doubled. Because now you had 2 homes of problems that you was going to. And like, I had a few times last year you came over here, like, And I spent 3 hours talking to you. And you were very apprehensive, very antagonistic. And you kept saying, I'm to blame this, I'm to do this, I'm to do that, and we kept going back and forth until finally you saw it my way. Finally you understood. I was telling you the truth the whole time, but it took me 3 hours to get the truth through your thick skull that I wasn't bluffing you, I wasn't to blame, and I wasn't the bad guy. But yet, somehow, some way, your mind had been tricked to believe otherwise. Like trying to make me seem like to you that I'm your enemy when I never was. I couldn't figure out what was going on in your head. You even, you even took 3 hours with bottle caps on a duct tape card table just to figure out who's blaming this to untangle a complex web of drama that, in the end, you had nothing to really do with. You didn't even need to worry about at least half of that. Yeah, you were stressed out. And when we were stressed out, it was like personally stressing you out. Or so and so's friend's a friend. Like, dude, your bubble doesn't need to go that far. You don't need to worry about that many people. You concern yourself with those closest to you. Because those will matter more in the long run.
Mikey, you're going way too far back. Just get to the situation.
Actually, I went that far back to tie that point to the present. Because now, when you were here, while you were busy hanging out with Harry, and you went downhill, and that darkness blew up and spread across everywhere, then it's like a whole country went mad with all these liberal people playing. Blah, blah, blah. It was just like an incredible synchronicity. To just that many people being that, like, acting like a mixture of Nathan and Mad, all being a bunch of whiners with transgender issues. Publicly talking about it. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate people in general. I don't agree with it. Some of it doesn't make any sense. But it's just like, it's all over the news. All over. No, it's like, thank goodness I don't live in California. It's too liberal. And then, all that craziness of the summer happened after the fallout from the towers in May, and then the presidential election happened. Things got real, and Trump won, and then Trump actually got down to business and started doing his real work. But
hold up, stop, time out. You skipped some parts. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you there. You skipped some parts. You skipped the part about the birthday incident. You just went straight from the summer all the way to the election.
What was election day?
November.
I'm sorry, I thought it was September. That's right. I'm tired. I have a headache. It's late at night. I'm sorry. Yeah, but then, like August, for example. August, September, I think you, maybe Koenig. I don't remember for sure. We were still hanging out with Koenig. We didn't have a problem with Koenig. Koenig was still okay guy. Sometimes it was helpful. You still came over to hang out once in a while. And then we even played Cards Against Humanity for the first time. And then Cameron's birthday incident happened. And then things really...
there.
Yeah, you weren't there at that time, but then Koenig and Max Broom came over for Cam's birthday, which was, I don't have to keep saying it. You said at the door, this is Cam's birthday. Treat it as such.
Just go on.
And then that whole thing blew up. I had to rescue his party after those jerks left. Dumped 2 craps and left. With not even a thank you or excuse me. No apologies whatsoever. And then I just called them up and say, why did you do that? And Connie just said, oh, I don't feel so well. I don't want to talk to you right now. Bye. And the next thing I know, I get a call from you saying, now they're trying to blame us for being bad guys. Said, oh, somehow we owe them an apology for crashing their birthday party. It was like, it wasn't their birthday party. It was Cam's. This isn't a this house is not a bachelor pad for frogs. You don't have to be ugly and disgusting. Especially don't have to be vulgar about it either. So then, 6 months of silence go past.
But then I came back to talk.
You skipped over one important detail.
What's that?
You skipped over the Wednesday night. I came over I got off work, and I went over to pick you up on a Wednesday. I called you ahead. I've been reminding you 2 weeks in advance that we were going to go to the Miracles of Joy to visit Neil the Healer, and we want to get your aura checked out and find out what metaphysically was wrong with you, because we've all been wanting to know that to get a better idea of how we can help you. We know you've had all these issues at home, issues in your head. Oh yeah, not to mention, or actually not to forget, the one time I sat down and talked to you for a couple hours right here about how I just figured out that Charlie was a demon the whole time. Charlie was evil.
Which I already know.
No, you didn't know that at the time.
I didn't know that at the time.
That's what I'm saying. At the time, you didn't know that. When I explained the theory to you, suddenly it clicked, and you're like, aha, now it all makes sense. So then you went to meditate. You were meditating for a good 20 minutes. You was like asleep. You was out. I even took a picture of you meditating, which apparently Patrick laughed at.
Why did you take that picture after I told you not to?
You didn't say not to. You just said, I'm going to find out what happened.
Yeah. In peace. I didn't want to be disturbed.
I didn't disturb you. There was no flash.
Okay. Go ahead.
Besides, my table was full of rocks behind.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, and then you went into your mind, and then you described when you had told me previously that, that disgusting portal was still there, that you couldn't destroy with your own imagery. You couldn't get rid of it. Something else must have put it there, and even little things are going in and out in that place. I hesitate to say the D word because my cat doesn't like it either. She will hiss if I say it, or if I say the big bad S word. I don't like saying it because it's,
I know what you mean. Go on.
So, anyway, I listened to you talk about the state of your mental affairs. That apparently some of your old personalities that you locked up in jail, that you jailed in your head years ago, instead of merging with them, for whatever reason. I guess you didn't understand how that process was supposed to work. No. You did more of a Final Fantasy turn-based battle or something like that, like or some kind of Mario and Luigi Superstar kind of thing.
No, that was Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, yeah. And you're like, well, you asked me to hold your hand so you get a power boost. Like, okay, I didn't understand how that had anything to do with merging, because Matt did at the same time you did. Like, and Kaczynski successfully merged with some of them, but you didn't do that. You just captured them, put them in jail. Most of them. But then, when you visited this jail again this year, when you was meditating, you told me that apparently the jail had been broken into, and it was all, the jail was very damaged, like it had been attacked. Parts of it, like it had been cut up or blown up. And you don't know who did it. You asked, I think it was Rick or whoever.
Rick.
And he said he didn't want to leave his jail because he was safer there. I think it's what it was.
He said he didn't want to leave something. I don't know.
Something broke in to break Timmy out, and some other things got out too. And then there was a bunch of trouble outside when it happened. But whatever happened some time ago without you knowing about it. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was. It was one of those things I wish I had recorded. I didn't have a webcam at the time. But I'm getting to the point. That basically your mental state had been shifting in and out of being broken to just under some dark influence to only occasionally being you. An okay version of you. But I've been trying to understand what's really going on in your head. You know, all that stuff that happened in your head, you described it while meditating. Wow. Interesting, because, well, there's a bunch of questions. How did that happen? Why? When did this happen? Blah, blah, blah. We never resolved that or answered. I never got an answer to most of those questions, because then later we just got busy with our lives again. The school year started back up, things got stressful and very busy. You know, then we got to play Cosmic Humanity a couple times, and then birthday incident happened. I never saw you for another 6 months until this year. So you meditated and I talked to you in 2016, not this year. And to my knowledge, that evil portal is still there.
Can I?
Oh, wait, I remember what I was going to do. Because you described all the issues in your mind, and then I took you to Neil's house. I took you over to see Neil, and then they described what your aura was and how many holes it had in it. And it was filled with darkness. And you had a tug of war. One big dark angel was pulling your head, and one small light angel was pulling your legs. And you had a tug of war, and you was really struggling because it was big. One had a big pull, one had a smaller pull. And you was the rope. So in some sense, maybe some burning in you or some of the victim. The other part is, do you really want to participate in being tug of war for your own head? It's a war on for your mind. What do you do about it? Your mind's a battleground. How do you resolve it? So, all that chaos inside of you and around you happened with your family,